Hello guys, welcome to another video. Today we are gonna solve yet another question, that is merge intervals. Basically the question is saying you will be given an array of array and that array will contain pairs. For example, 1 3 is a pair, 2 6 is a pair, 8 10 is a pair, 15 18 is a pair. What you have to do is you have to merge all the overlapping intervals. For example, 1 3 and 2 6 is overlapping, meaning you are given pair of intervals basically. So let's think this line is an interval, so it will be starting from 1, it is 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 and so on. So basically the first pair says that this is a one interval, second pair is saying 2 to 6 is a one interval, third is saying 8 to 10 is one interval, and so on. As you can see that 1 to 3 and 2 to 6 is overlapping here. So in this case, you have to merge these two intervals and create a new interval from 1 to 6, which will be containing both the intervals and the overlapping values. So let's look at the brute force approach. The brute force approach says that make the first value as start and the second value as and search all the arrays for all the values that is either come equal to start, equal to end, or in between these two values. For example, you will find this pair and then you have to check if this value is smaller than this value. If it is, then replace this start. If this value is bigger than this value, then replace the end. After all this is complete, create a new pair with start and end and create a new array. For example, 1 comma 3 is complete, 1 comma 6 sorry, because this will be done, and remove these two pairs from the array. Now let's move ahead. This is your start, this is your end. Now as you can see, you will not find any more values that are in between this start or end or equal to start or end. So 8 comma 10 will come here as it is. Now let's move to next pair. This is start, this is end. After we check, there is nothing left, so let's move 15 comma 18 here. So this is your resulting output that you wanted. Basically the time complexity for this type of approach is big O of n square. So this is not at all optimal. So let's look at the optimal approach. So basically the optimal approach says first sort this array. Basically this array will be sorted. So you have to sort this array based on the starting value. So why are we sorting this array? Because we need to make this array contiguous, meaning so we need to make this array values appear one after another, so that we can check if the next value is overlapping or not. If the next value is not overlapping, then we are sure that there are no values in the array that will overlap this value. So in the start, we will be creating two variables, that is start and the end. We will take this first pair and assign start and end. So 1 is the start and 3 is the end. We will go to the next value 2 comma 6. We will check if 2, the starting value, is in fact smaller than this end. Yes, it is smaller. If this is smaller or equal, then this means that it is overlapping. If this is overlapping, then we will be checking if and the last value is greater than the end. Yes, in this case it is greater. Then we will be replacing this and with the value that we have here. After that, we go to the next value 8 comma 10. So we will be checking if the first value of this pair is smaller than or equal to the end. We can see 6 smaller than 8, meaning that the end is smaller. So what we will be doing is we will be creating a pair of start comma end and replacing these values. So the new pair value is the start is 8 and the end is 10. Now we will go to the next pair and we will see that this value does not overlap because 15 is in fact bigger than 10. That means that the end is smaller and it does not overlap. So we will be creating a new pair of start and end. Start is 8, end is 10. Now we will replace start with 15 and end with 18. Now we see that there are no next values here. So we will be creating last pair, that is 15 comma end. 15 comma 18, sorry, and this is your resulting output. The total time complexity for this algorithm is big of n log n. Why n log n? Because the sorting takes n log n time. So let's see the code in action. So this is the question that we are going to solve, that is merge intervals. Now we need a list to contain all the results. So we will be creating a list of integer arrays because we need to contain pairs. Let's name is result and assign it as an array list. Now we need to check if the intervals is empty or not. We can do this simply by checking the length of the intervals, which can be done by basically intervals dot length. If it is less than equal to 0 or interval itself is null, so we are gonna return the result as empty array. So the result is a type of list. To convert this into an array, we are going to use a function called toArray. So basically what the function does is take this list and convert it into an array. So basically, so we have to provide one argument to it, which is empty array, that is int new int 0 1. So that this situation is taken care of. Now we need to sort this array. We are gonna use another method, which is arrays.sort. Basically what it does is it sorts the array, but the intervals is not a simple array, it is a pair array. So we have to give an argument stating how we are gonna solve this intervals array. So basically we will be getting a pair of a comma b, and we are gonna solve this by using a's first value minus b's first value. So this will sort the array for you. Now what we have to do is we have to check for the intervals, or basically the overlapping values, and create a new array. So for creating this new array, we will assign two variables, which is start, and basically this start will contain the first value of intervals, that is interval 0 0, and we are also gonna create a value that is end. So basically end will contain the intervals second value, which is 1. So if this is complete, then we are gonna process from the first value to the end value. We can do this by simply using a for loop. So we are expecting pairs, so we are gonna take it as an integer array AR, which will be getting all the values from intervals. Now we need to check if the value of array of 0 means the starting value of array is smaller than equal to end. If it is, then we know that the value is overlapping. If the value is overlapping, then we need to check if that array of 1, meaning the end value of this pair that we are gonna get, is in fact greater than end or equal to end, meaning it will decide what will the value of end. If the value of end is greater than array of 1, that means that we are gonna just simply assign end to it. Otherwise we are gonna assign array of 1 to it. Now this statement is complete. We are gonna look at the else part. If array of 0 is not smaller than or equal to end, then we know that this pair is not overlapping. So we need to add the last pair into the list. We can simply do that by doing result.add, and we are gonna add a new integer array, that is int of array, and the values will be start and end. Start is the first value and end is the second value. Now that we have added this, now we need to reset the values of start and end. Start will become array of 0 and end will become array of 1. Now as you can see at the last pair it will be assigned to this. Now we don't have any value to check, so basically one pair will be remaining to be added into the list. So we will be adding that pair after this for loop ends by simply saying result.add new integer array that will contain start and end. After this is complete, we need to return the result. So we are gonna return the result dot to array because we need to convert this into an array, and simply we are gonna give it a new array of integers 0 comma. Now this coding is complete. Let's check if the answer is right or not. If there is some mistake, we will be doing it again, but I don't think there is a mistake. As you can see, this answer is accepted. Now let's submit this code and check if it is correct or not. As you can see, it is a success. Now let's meet in the next video for another question. Also, if you have any problem, let me know in the comments below, and do subscribe to the channel. Also, share these videos as much as you can so others can take advantage of these videos. Thank you guys.